Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Rumors of Yang and Zhao Lusi's romance fermented. Wu Lei was accidentally involved in the Zhang Zifeng incident, and Mao Xiaotong was dragged into the water by her biological father again. The entertainment industry has been really turbulent these days. The entertainment industry has never lacked topics, and recently several popular stars have been on the hot search list one after another. First of all, Yang and Zhao Lusi, the screen couple who were crazy about CP because of their cooperation and Who Rules the World, are now exposed to have romantic signs in private. Some netizens took pictures of the two of them suspected of traveling together, which caused heated discussions on the entire network. However, the studios of both parties have not yet responded, and it is difficult to distinguish the truth from the false, but fans in the melon-eating crowd have already been crazy. On the other hand, Wu Lei was accidentally involved in the Zhang Zifeng social storm because of a photo with Zhang Zifeng. Although the two have always been good friends, in the eyes of netizens, this friendship seems to always have a bit of hazy beauty, and many people have begun to speculate whether they have already surpassed the relationship of friends. And the most regrettable thing is that Mao Xiaotong once again became a hot search because of the remarks of her biological father. She should have focused on her career, but she was once again forced to face the old family accounts. Netizens have been complaining for her, lamenting, "It's been so many years, why can't she be let go?" The entertainment industry is indeed a place where there is no shortage of stories. It seems glamorous, but in fact, there are undercurrents. Yang and Zhao Lusi were originally two artists with completely different styles. One is a male god of serious dramas from the military art school, and the other is a representative of quirky sweet girls. It stands to reason that the two have nothing in common. But it was because of an ancient costume martial arts drama Who Rules the World that they had the opportunity to work together for the first time. At present, the drama has released a trailer, and the visual effects, character modeling, and the texture of the fighting scenes have all received unanimous praise from the audience. In particular, Fen Langxi, played by Yang, is cold and steady, with a full aura, while Bai Fengxi, played by Zhao Lusi, is smart, intelligent and heroic. The two have a strong rivalry in the film, and the CP feeling is unexpectedly off the charts. Many viewers exclaimed after watching the trailer, "This pair is so addictive." It is precisely because of this wave of high-quality publicity that the attention of the two leading actors has soared again. Before the show was officially launched, the internet has already set off a crazy mode, and various highlights analysis, interactive playback and CP editing have emerged in an endless stream. The feature film has not yet been broadcast, but the topic has already gone viral. This show is obviously expected to become the next hit. And the acquaintance tacit understanding between Yang and Zhao Lusi also makes people wonder whether they will fall in love with each other because of the play. Of course, these are just bold guesses by netizens. As for whether they are a pair in reality, we have to look at the subsequent clues. Just a few days ago, Yang was pushed to the hot search again because of a small move using his sleeves to block the sun for Zhao Lusi on the set. This seemingly casual action quickly ignited the enthusiasm of netizens to buy CP. Yang and Zhao Lusi's suspected romance instantly topped the hot search list, triggering heated discussions across the internet. However, if we look at it rationally, this wave of so-called romance melons is actually more of a carefully planned marketing campaign by the drama. You know, Who Rules the World is about to be launched, and hyping up the popularity, attracting attention, and creating CP topics are all common methods in publicity. And Yang and Zhao Lusi did only get to know each other because of their collaboration on the drama, and their usual interactions are more out of politeness and professional cooperation. An action of blocking the sun on the set may be sweet in real life, but in an environment like The Crew, it is actually a basic operation of a gentleman actor. Moreover, the two leading actors are currently in the rising period of their careers. If there is such a thing as love, it will not be exposed casually during such a critical period of time. So, netizens can buy CP, but don't take it too seriously. Sometimes there is a little marketing flavor in the sugar of the entertainment industry. A true relationship still depends on the admission of both parties in person to be the most convincing. In fact, after the sun-blocking incident, Yang's team acted quickly and immediately bought a wave of gentleman hand-mail artist press releases and began to flood the square. Labels such as gentle detail control and intimate gentleman representative are everywhere. It can be seen that they are intentionally guiding the direction of public opinion, both to create a good impression and quietly pull back the personality. But people who are familiar with Yang know that he is actually the kind of artist who doesn't like to be overly bound. Whether it is the CP hype outside the play or the forced pairing traffic marketing, he has always been more resistant. Privately, Yang pays more attention to the presentation of works and character shaping, and doesn't like to become the focus of public opinion because of private life or hype topics. This time, he took on Who Rules the World more out of comprehensive considerations. On the one hand, it is to give Tencent a little face. After all, the long-term cooperative relationship is there. On the other hand, the script and role settings are relatively novel, and the pay is said to be very ideal, which led to this cooperation. Judging from his state, Yang is more like completing the task professionally this time, rather than investing in any emotional factors. So even if the outside world is in full swing, he just responded politely and downplayed it, neither denying nor catering to it, with a sober attitude of "I will leave after the show is over." Wu Lei and Zhang Zifeng, the national childhood sweethearts, have always been the representatives of golden boy and jade girl in the hearts of many netizens. Because the two have cooperated many times, and they are of similar age and temperament, and they are both low-key and down-to-earth in private, they naturally attracted a large number of CP fans. In the past few years, even if the two just attended an event together, looked at each other, and were in the same frame for a few seconds, they could easily be on the hot search, which shows how solid the fan base is. Unexpectedly, what broke this pure love filter was the exposure of Zhang Zifeng and Yan Zhujia's relationship. For a time, the comment area was full of sighs of dreams are broken and youth is broken, and Wu Lei was accidentally involved in the hot search. Originally, Wu Lei was just a bystander, but because there were too many CP fans, netizens automatically brought it into the plot, and naturally there were all kinds of Wu Lei silently guarding and triangle script brain supplements. Many people also went to his social media platform to leave messages, saying thank you for liking her and we understand your regrets. In a relationship in which he was not involved at all, he became the one who was most upset. This also shows that the charm and danger of CP culture coexist. Eating sugar is fun for a while, but reality is not an idle drama after all, and the actors also have their own real lives. As bystanders, perhaps we should learn to bless, rather than cling to the fictional ideal partner. Since Zhang Zifeng and Yan Zhujia's relationship was exposed, the two parties have not given a positive response, as if they had tacitly chosen to cold deal with it. But the storm did not subside, but instead rolled bigger like a snowball. Especially Wu Lei, who obviously did not speak or participate in the whole process, but unexpectedly became the one who was most implicated. Many netizens asked in their emotional catharsis, why not choose Wu Lei? Wu Lei is a high-quality male artist with both character and strength. Some CP fans even wrote long articles on social platforms, missing the innocent years of the Lei Feng CP, expressing regret and sorrow by mixing reality with imagination. Yan Zhujia's criminal record also made this relationship questionable. After all, his image was greatly affected by the revelations of his ex-girlfriend and her sister-in-law. Although the so-called bad artist label has not been fully confirmed, the negative impression in the public's mind has long been deeply rooted. Therefore, in contrast, Wu Lei, a three-good youth who has always been sunny, clean and positive, seems even more innocent and aggrieved. However, Wu Lei himself has remained silent on the matter and has not responded. He has never liked to be entangled in emotional melons, and he is even more unwilling to be put on the cusp of rumors as a control group. People who are familiar with him know that Wu Lei is an actor who pays more attention to his works and speaks with strength. At this time, being low-key and calm may be his most decent and smartest way to deal with it. Mao Xiaotong can be said to be one of the most distressed and strongest female artists in the entertainment industry in recent years. After many years of debut, she has finally worked her way up from a supporting role to a leading role step by step with her own efforts and excellent acting skills, and her career has slowly improved. However, just as she gradually got on the right track, her biological father jumped out again and again to make trouble, forcing her originally peaceful life to be involved in the whirlpool of public opinion. A few years ago, the video of the father-daughter confrontation caused a sensation. Mao Xiaotong's father publicly claimed that she was unfilial and even asked for a huge amount of alimony. For a time, the melon-eating crowd who did not know the truth accused Mao Xiaotong and felt that she was ungrateful, which caused a great impact on her popularity. But in fact, her early growth environment was extremely difficult. Her mother raised her alone, and her father hardly fulfilled any responsibilities. Instead, he frequently appeared in front of the media to use his daughter's fame to attract attention. Even in the face of these injustices and injuries, Mao Xiaotong never complained publicly, nor did she use this to hype and gain sympathy, but continued to film steadily and speak with strength. Her strength and clarity are admirable, and have gradually made more people see the truth of the matter. The entertainment industry is impetuous and noisy, and girls like Mao Xiaotong who grow up against the wind and are independent and self-reliant deserve more applause and respect. Yes, Mao Xiaotong was dragged down by her scumbag father again this time, which is really distressing and helpless. It is rumored that her father has appeared in the public eye again recently, asking her for millions of yuan, saying it is alimony, but in fact it is because he is addicted to gambling and can lose hundreds of thousands of yuan in a game of cards. This behavior is not the first time. A few years ago, he used his daughter's fame to appear on the show and publicly asked Mao Xiaotong to support her father. He also threatened that he cultivated a star in an attempt to morally kidnap and put pressure on Mao Xiaotong through public opinion. But in fact, Mao Xiaotong was raised by her mother alone since she was a child. Her father abandoned her early and hardly fulfilled any responsibilities, and even did not provide basic care for her. Now he repeatedly uses the father-daughter relationship to attract attention, and even drags her into the quagmire of public opinion again and again. Mao Xiaotong has come this far over the years, all thanks to her own persistence and hard work. She has never relied on her background or family background, but has made her way step by step in the most difficult environment. She is dedicated to filming, has a better and better reputation, and her acting skills have been recognized by the audience, but she is always implicated because of her family's problems, which really makes people feel heartbroken for her. I hope that in the future Mao Xiaotong can truly get rid of these burdens and live a quiet and independent life. I also hope that the public will be more rational and no longer believe in the so-called blood is a debt saying, so that truly hard-working artists can be treated well.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.